Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Dalsheim here. I'm here to read you a story, a really interesting story. Can you imagine who made the world's first drawing? The first drawing is by Mordicai Gerstein. And when you want to know what a book's about, if you always start by looking at the blurb will tell you. And this blurb tells you that, imagine you were born before the invention of drawing, more than 30,000 years ago. You would live with your whole family in a cave and see woolly mammoths walk by. You might even see images of animals hidden in the shapes of clouds and rocks. You would want to share these pictures with your family, but wouldn't know how. Who would have made the world's first drawing? Would it have been you? Some of the oldest drawings ever found were made more than 30,000 years ago in a cave in southern France. In that same cave is a footprint of an 8-year-old child. Alongside it, the footprint of a wolf. It's dedicated to Susan with love. Your beautiful drawings open our eyes to our own imagination. That's written by the author. Who's Susan? Who would you dedicate your book to? Mordicai Gerstein wrote the first drawing. Imagine you were born before the invention of drawing, more than 30,000 years ago. You live in a cave with your parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunts, many cousins, and your wolf, Shadow. It's a big cave. You love to watch animals. You see them everywhere. You see them at the river where they come to drink. Horses, giant elk, reindeer, woolly rhinoceroses, bears, sometimes lions, and more. You sit and watch them for hours. You see the grand white and gray clouds that drift over the valley. Their ever-changing shapes look to you like a parade of animals. Papa, that cloud looks like a woolly mammoth. It looks to me, says your father, like a cloud. When collecting stones for spearheads and knives, you think some look like animals too. Mama, this stone looks like a bear. To me, says your mother, it looks like a stone. You wonder, why can't they see what I see? At night, wrapped in deer skins, you see shadow images of all the animals, again in the firelight, flickering over the lumps, the bumps, and hollows of the cave walls. And they seem to move. Look, Mama, galloping horses. What horses? Go to sleep. Papa, Grandpa, there on the ceiling. There's elk. There are no elk. Go to sleep. Sisters, brothers, cousins, don't you see the rhinoceroses? No, shouts everyone. Now go to sleep. They call you child who sees what isn't there. How can you make them see what you see? Every night you watch the animals on the walls. Then you dream you're running with them, like one of them. One morning, you're out with your father, searching for stones. You wander off around a hill of huge boulders. You look up and see right in front of you. What do you think you see? Take a moment and think about what you might have seen. A woolly mammoth. It's not made of lights and shadows or clouds. You can smell it. Warm and musty. Look at that. It sniffs you with its trunk, then stands perfectly still. So do you. You're afraid to move. It's like a fur-covered mountain with eyes that look into yours. You look back, and in those eyes, you see that being a mammoth might not be so different than from being you. See the eyes? The mammoth sighs through its trunk. And like a mountain walking, it turns and slowly lumbers away. You begin to breathe again. Papa, right in front of me, a woolly... Child, your father says, what are you going to do? What are we going to do with you? That night, in front of the fire, as your eyes begin to close, you see an image on the wall so big and so real. You sit up and say, yow! Huh? Says your father. What's wrong? Says your mother. Look, on the wall. It looks like it's breathing. There's nothing, they say. Go to sleep. But look, the tail, the tusks. Why don't you see it? Now everyone's awake. There's nothing to see. Go to sleep. How can I make you see? And without thinking, you leap out of bed, take a burnt stick from the fire, and run to the wall. Look, here's the tail. Here, the back legs. You make marks on the bumpy wall to show them where to look. And the back, the front legs. The ears, the eyes watching us, its trunk, and its tusks. Stop, shouts your father. He aims his spear at the wall. Everyone huddles by the doorway, the wide-eyed children clutching their parents' legs. I can see it, gasps your father. This is magic. No, Papa, you say. I'm just showing you. And you look at what you've done. You've made the world's first drawing. Oh, yeah, I missed a page. So sorry. He aims his spear at the wall. No, I didn't miss a page. Oy. And you look at what you've done. You have made the world's first drawing. Yes, you say. And it's magic. Now, everyone can see what you see, and so you make more drawings. You show your parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunts, and cousins how to draw too. For thousands of years, people keep drawing. Even today, people are still doing it. And that's how, if you've been around more than 30,000 years ago, you might have invented drawing. And it's still magic. So it's time for you to go make some magic. Go draw a picture. Walk around your neighborhood. Draw a zoom in like Georgia O'Keeffe. Stack some rocks like Andy Goldworthy. Create a scene of your neighborhood and draw the buildings and use bold colors like Jacob Lawrence. Have fun. Make some magic.